Hi guys, it has been a long time and sorry I am taking this video in my car while I'm waiting to go into work. I've been meaning to take a video forever. I haven't had the chance. So I figured, why not? I'm early. I don't need to walk in for another 15 minutes. So why not update you guys on what's going on with me? I miss everybody. If you follow me on Instagram, you kind of know what's going on. If you don't, then I'll kind of get you up to date here. I will try to make this short and sweet. I will try. I don't know if I'll be able to. So, last time I made a video, I think I was saying that we were going to just try on our own. I was going to try OPKs again and all of that. And that I was going to wait until the end of the year, and if we weren't pregnant, then we were going to go in with IVF. Well, things changed a little bit. I did that for about a month, and I started thinking, we've been almost trying to conceive for 2.5 years, about. I'm probably not going to get pregnant during these few months. Why don't I just go see a doctor? So I was thinking about that, and I was like, well, we don't have the money. So I was looking at certain places because I would go back to my clinic, but one, my doctor left, gone. Two, they have like a main IVF doctor that like all he does there is IVF, and he left. So I didn't really want to go there. I was gonna go there even though it was pretty expensive because I felt comfortable with my doctor and everything, and I liked the place. But everybody I knew left. So yeah, didn't want to go back. So I started looking at other places. I'm sure most of you know we live in Colorado near Denver. So a few places in Denver I was looking at. One was around like $15,000 for the full one IVF cycle. Didn't include meds though. And then there's another one that's like outrageous. It's like $24,000 without meds. And so I was honestly thinking about it. I was like, well, let's go see them. Let's have a consultation. Let's start saving money. Let's do this thing. And I had put something on Instagram, a picture of one of the places we were thinking about and the price. And Kendra from Kendra's Baby Journey commented on there and said, well, why don't you go to the place I went to? It's like so cheap, but it's really good. And that's how she got pregnant. And so I was like, well, let me hear more about this. So I messaged her and we started talking. And pretty much, long story short, that's where we ended up going. Ended up calling them like a few days later, making an appointment for just a first patient appointment. And me and Garrett went there. He took the day off and we went. Told the doctor, like, this is what we want to do. We're here for IVF. We know that's pretty much what we need. We don't really know what's wrong. And before I went for the appointment, they have you do this paperwork online. So I did it, and like they asked for some lab values, like if you've ever had them done and what they were. And the only thing I could remember was that my FSH about a year ago was at a 10, but my doctor wasn't concerned because my AMH was like really good. It was like 4.8, and she's like, you know, the FSH changes every month. I'm not really concerned about it because your AMH is so good, and since it changes every month, your FSH, you could just be under a lot of stress this month. I don't know. So she wasn't worried about it at all. She wasn't telling me like that was a problem. Well, the only concern I had was this doctor like had me. It wasn't his fault, I guess. Like he had me in tears because he pretty much. This were his words exactly. He was like, I'm pretty much trying to tell you that you are probably experiencing diminished ovarian reserve, and you have the eggs of a 39-year-old. Yeah, he said that to me. And I'm 24 years old. 24. And if you look up FSH levels, that level isn't even like crazy horrible. Like it's like the high end of normal. And then once you get over that, it like goes into like the category they call fair, but isn't terrible. And so he had me in tears. I was like crying. Like I didn't do it in front of the doctor. I waited till he left the room, but then like Garrett had to deal with me because I was like so upset. I was like, oh my God, this is my fault. Now we know, like, it's my fault. It's because I have shitty eggs and, like, none of them. That's what's going on. Because that's pretty much what he told me. And so we just went on, started talking to, after that we started talking to financial about it, about how we were going to pay for it. And they had this program you could apply for to get the money paid off every month, like a loan through like a special company. So we were thinking about that. Well, that night I went home and just cried and cried and cried and cried. I was so upset. Oh my God. And I actually had to schedule later that week I had to schedule an appointment for a hysteroscopy. Sorry, a hysteroscopy. And I had a really bad experience with that before, so I was pretty nervous. But it ended up going really well. My uterus is really retroverted, so it was not comfortable like it never is. But I had quite a bit of cramping, but the lady that did it, my doctor didn't do it. The lady that did it was super nice, and just kept telling me to take deep breaths. I felt like I was like having a baby or something. She was just like, "You're doing great. You're doing great. Take deep breaths. Take deep breaths." And so that's what I did. It turned out fine. She said everything looked great. And then Garrett just went and got an essay done. We were supposed to pay for everything that day, but we didn't because something about the doctor wants to meet with us again for a treatment consult and go over everything. Because the first day we went in, I got labs drawn, so did Garrett, so he could check the FSH and AMH himself. And so we couldn't pay for anything that day. I'm going in this coming Wednesday, and I guess that's when we can like pay for everything and go over all of it. But let's backtrack. For the money portion, we ended up, I was just going to apply for that program they have, but then it was really weird, and this is a long story too, I won't get into this too much, but at work, somebody stole my wallet. I was stupid enough to have my social security card in it. She took it. She had my wallet for hours and I didn't even know about it. I had to cancel my bank accounts, get a new bank account, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, I had to call my bank and get my new account number so I could pay some of my bills. And I called to get my account number. And when I did that, when he gave it to me before I hung up the phone, he was like, "Oh, I don't know if this would benefit you right now, but you are eligible, you and your husband are both eligible for a personal loan. Do you need money for anything right now?" And I honestly just started laughing. And he's like, "I'm guessing that's a yes." And I'm like, "Actually, yeah, we do. I told them, I was like, we're doing IVF here soon, and we're gonna need money for it. We're looking into other loans, but if we could get one through our bank, that'd be great." He's like, "Yeah, well, did you want to try it?" And I kind of went back and forth for a little while on the phone with him, and then decided to go ahead and try it. Well, we ended up getting approved for the full amount that we need. So that's super awesome. So that's how we're paying for it. We already got the loan. It's in our account. Everything is set in stone and done. And so everything that we need will be covered by that. So I'm really excited, and the payments weren't even that bad. Well, and then, I'm sorry, I'm going like all over the place, guys. Just things I'm remembering. And then at my our last appointment when Garrett had his SA done, but we couldn't pay, I had called because they told us like to come back and we could maybe come back and meet with financial and maybe pay that day. And then she just ended up calling me, and we went out to lunch after we left. And she called me and I talked to her about it, and I asked her, I was like, "I'm waiting on these labs. Is there any way that you're able to look at those and tell me?" And she's like, "Well, it doesn't look like all of them are back." And she's like, "Is there any specific thing you're trying to like look at?" And I was like, "Yeah, FSH and AMH." And she's like, "Oh, I see your FSH here, but I am with financial and I'm not supposed to tell you that stuff." And I kind of like was kind of begging her to tell me and making her feel that. I was like, "Well, I've been waiting like really a long time to find out. It's really important." And she's like, "Okay, well, off the record, I'll tell you what it is." So I was upset the whole rest of the day about that too, because she told me it was an 11. So it went up 1. in that year. But still, it's in that fair range. And even that doctor that I saw, our doctor, said AMH is more reliable, and that's why he wanted to test it. So now I'm kind of just playing the waiting game, wondering what my AMH is. I don't feel like I have the eggs of a 39-year-old. I don't feel like that's what's going on here. I feel like maybe my FSH is elevated because of all the stress I've been under. I was in nursing school. I just graduated. I've got a lot going on, you know. Honestly, infertility can stress you out. It stresses me out all the time. So, I'm not really sure what's going on. If my AMH is low, like, I'm just going to accept it. But it was really good last time. So, I have hope that it's going to be good this time and that we won't have problems. But pretty much the plan is I'm going to see him this coming Wednesday. Hopefully pay for everything. When I get my period in November, I will be going on birth control. Sometime in December, I will start my injections. And then this doctor only does frozen transfers. And so once I get my egg retrieval in December, I'll wait until my next cycle in January. And that's when we will have the embryo transfer. And me and Garrett have already talked many times, and we are very set on transferring 2. I was nervous about it at first. I only kind of wanted to do 1, but he's like really set on doing 2, and I'm more open to it. I mean, I know lots of people that like have gotten twins from it. I know people that have gotten 1 baby from it, and I know people that have gotten no babies. It doesn't work. So honestly, it's in God's hands after we put them back, and whatever happens, happens. If I got twins, awesome. 2 kids, that'd be great, honestly. If they get 1, thank Jesus. Like, that'd be great too. If it doesn't work, then that sucks, and we'll try again, but I have faith that it's gonna work. But yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. So now I'm just waiting for my appointment to see what he has to say, and then we'll get this thing going. I'm really glad we're finally doing this. It is crazy to me that we're actually doing it, honestly. Like, every time I think about it, I'm like, oh my God, we're doing IVF. This is crazy. I'm just sick of going through this emotional roller coaster. I'm really hoping this works. I'm really hoping this is it, because I'm really sick of it. And then when I'm not in my car taping a video, when I'm at home, I will tape another video soon, like showing you like all the vitamins I'm on. He recommends me all of these vitamins, and so me and Garrett are both on vitamins. I'm taking like 10 of them a day, and Garrett's only taking 2. Go figure. Men don't have to do nearly as much as we do. But I feel like those could help. He put me on some that could help, like eggs. I mean, if I have a low ovarian reserve, like, nothing's gonna help really, but the vitamins I am will help the quality. And so I'm hoping I'm taking those earlier enough to help out with our cycle. I'm trying to think. I think that's pretty much it. I don't really think there's anything else. That was actually quite a bit though. So that's pretty much what's going on. If you guys have any questions, advice, anything, please feel free to comment below. And I'm going to try to make videos more frequently. I've just had a lot going on. But I will try. I hope to hear from some of you. And to all of you, good luck. I'm sending baby dust to all of you. And I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.